Okay, sorry guys, I'm just 1 minute late there. Hello, welcome everybody. Tonight is going to be my top 10 favorite Super Nintendo games. Currently, that is. The list has changed somewhat for me over time. I actually pulled up a list I made a few years ago and looked at that and kind of reevaluated, played some games to see how I still like them, and it was kind of hard to arrive at the decision, but certain games got bumped out of the top 10, my top 10 at least, and certain ones made the cut. Final Fantasy II is probably the hardest one for me to bump out of the top 10. I still really love the game, but I don't know, it's not something I feel like I need to go back and play all the time, and it's really, when I take off the nostalgia glasses, it's really a pretty run-of-the-mill role-playing game, I guess, with a really good soundtrack and nice graphics and awesome characters, but still pretty run-of-the-mill role-playing game. So, I don't know. I'm bumping it out of the top 10 for now. A couple others I used to have in my top 10 that I've just moved just slightly down. Super Mario Kart. What were the other ones? Tetris Attack, and mainly those two. Like I really haven't played those that much often, especially Tetris Attack. So anything that I haven't really played that much, I kind of had to bump it unless it was really amazing. I really do like Tetris Attack, but I feel like I haven't played enough of it to make it a top 10 of one of my top 10 favorites. And Super Mario Kart, sort of for the reason that I guess if I'm going to play a Mario Kart, it probably is going to be Mario Kart 64. For whatever reason, I feel like that one is probably the go-to Super Mario Kart. Now, again, doesn't mean I think these games are bad games at all, but when deciding the top 10, it's pretty tough to have everything make the cut. I guess that's a quick summary of how things have changed for me. There was other games like UN Squadron, and I think that was the only other one that I bumped out of my top 10. Just again, I don't play it that much, and while they're great games, it's not something I come back to again and again and again, I guess. So, moving on to my current list. As you can see, I'm trying to check the chat here too. Hello everybody, I see a few more people are popping into the chat here. As you can see, F-Zero is up on the screen right now, and that's going to be the first one I talk about. Now this is one that made the cut recently when I updated. I really enjoy this game on a lot of different levels. It's even for as old as it is, and it is a Super Nintendo launch title, for as old as it is, it's still pretty technically impressive to me. I still get an incredible feeling of speed when I play this game. It's a really good use of the Mode 7 effect. Hate to bring that up again, as we did many times through the marathon, but hey, you got to mention it. It's a really superb use of that Mode 7 graphical technology to impart a really great sense of speed, and so it's sort of the quintessential futuristic, holy cow, I'm going so fast racer. And from what I've heard, that it inspired a lot of the futuristic racing games to come after it, and perhaps even started that genre, which became a fairly big genre. Maybe not, as big as like role-playing games and stuff like that, but still a niche that a lot of people flocked to. So, like I said, for being as old as it is, it still looks pretty amazing, and runs pretty smoothly, which it kind of bumped Super Mario Kart for that reason, because I feel like this is a better looking game than Super Mario Kart. They both have fantastic soundtracks. I like their soundtracks and the gameplay for different reasons. But I'm going to have to give the nod to F-Zero, just even though F-Zero is only a one-player game, which is just a huge oversight, and I don't know if it was necessarily an oversight so much as it was probably a technical limitation. Like, this game runs pretty fast. I would have to assume that two players would slow down the action, at least at that early point in the Super Nintendo's life cycle. I guess I might as well get it going here. Yeah, sorry, I'll actually play the game while I'm talking. That would be more entertaining now, wouldn't it? But what was I saying? Yeah, it still looks really good, and the other things I like about the soundtrack is fantastic. I feel like this is one of the best Super Nintendo soundtracks, hands down. I really like what they did with this soundtrack. All the samples are really very well used. There's no sample that sticks out as really sounding crummy, which can be the case with some Super Nintendo soundtracks. You know, a guitar in particular will tend to sound pretty crappy on the Super Nintendo. They had a very good choice of samples in this, and good compositions that were very appropriate to the high-speed action. So yeah, I think my file got erased, so I only have beginner mode. So I think I have to replace the battery in this particular cart because some stuff got erased, including my really good Mute City time that I had worked out. I also really like the gameplay in this. It plays pretty tight. I mean, it can be difficult to play and to get better at it, but you're rewarded for practicing and learning the tracks and racing a tight race. Although the computer opponents can cheat, you know, just like in any racing game, for the most part. Super Mario Kart, they're cheating all the damn time, and this game is sort of no exception. Not only are there your rivals, the three other rival racers, but there's exploding cars, well, exploding hovercrafts, and then these guys who just try to get in your way. They're not even really racing, they're just trying to screw you up, which is pretty annoying. Sorry, brain fart there. Ooh. But it's a pretty deep game. There's a lot of tracks in it, and like I said, it does reward you for learning it and getting better. It plays different than some other racers because, well, I don't know. I guess I'm not a racing aficionado, but this game you really usually want to tend to stick very close to the corners and cut them close all the way through. There's certain ones that you take wide, but a lot of the time you're going to just be cutting them really super duper close. At least that's my experience from time attacking this track in particular. I spent a lot of time doing time attack on Mute City here just because a guy and I many years ago sort of threw down the gauntlet at this game and said, alright, let's see who can get the best Mute City time. And I think we spent like a month just going back and forth trading better times, and I think I eventually came out on top. I have to look it up. I don't remember what my ultimate time trial record was. I think I had the best lap and the best overall time at the end. But in the course of that, I did look up like the world record at the time, and it was of course by a Japanese dude, and he did some pretty amazing things. The main thing is in this section coming up here. Now I'll just kind of show you. Like, see this little patch right here? He rides in between this little patch, like right there, just right in between, because there's a little spot where there isn't the rough patch that slows you down, and he's able to just ride that perfectly on every lap and shave seconds off his time. And I still haven't attempted to achieve that level of F-Zero greatness yet. But I have the video saved on my computer. It's that awesome. And maybe if you do a search for F-Zero Mute City World Record, you'll find it or something. If not, you can just hit me up on Facebook or something and ask me to send it to you. It's a pretty small video if you're interested in seeing some elite AZN racing. See, now, you know, everybody thinks about the Mute City track before this as far as great songs from this game, but to me there really isn't a bad track in this entire soundtrack. I need to turn this music up a little bit. Sorry, might have been a little quiet there, and so you might not be able to hear the fantastic music. But you know, it just the hits just keep on coming, I guess. So, like I said, I appreciate this game on pretty much every level, graphically, audio-wise, or orally. I don't know how to say that word. You know what I'm saying. And also gameplay. You know, it feels like it's, you know, you really, if you get good at this game, you really can go super fast, and you get that feeling of speed. And although it is cool, you know, when you hit a wall, and let me show you. Let's see here. Hit the wall and just boom, 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 boom. You know, that's pretty entertaining too. Although that's not what you want to do, but it's still pretty impressive when you're bouncing off walls like that. It really showcases the graphical prowess of the Mode 7 effect, or Blast 7 as we like to call it. Let's see if I can concentrate here. I mean, actually, right now I'm having a pretty easy time because it's just beginner mode, so I can stay up in the lead pretty easily. And it's cool because there's a variety of different environmental hazards that they throw at you throughout the course of all the races. It seems like every track, I think, has something new. So again, there's a lot of depth in the challenge of this game. But it is sad that there is no two-player mode. And I could see it being knocked off of anybody's, top 10 or favorite SNES games list just for that reason. It would be so great to play this game competitively against other people, and we'll never get that opportunity. The closest you'll get is going to play F-Zero Maximum Velocity on the Game Boy Advance, which is very close to this gameplay-wise. They sort of stuck with this type of feel, the Super Nintendo F-Zero feel, rather than going to the Nintendo 64 or GameCube feel.